Here at Defensive Coordinator Dino Kaklis out in East Conference Media Day 2015. Coach, your team last year improved greatly as the season progressed, and now you've had to go through a full off-season with them, including spring ball. How do you think that'll benefit the unit?
Well, anytime you get more time than what we had last year to start off with a new group, it's good. You know, I think we made a lot of strides this off-season. We had a very productive spring, and looking forward to the beginning of the year.
You got Zach Blair back. He was sophomore last year. First team all-conference, second team all-region player. Also Marcus Jones back, Ben Funny back up front. You actually got some guys back on defense starting that have some experience, and that's something new here at UVA. Well, we've not had that in several years.
Yeah, we're very fortunate to have those guys back, and they all did a good job in the off season, in the weight room, and like I said, they got better in the spring. Blair's a special player, but he's also a guy that's working extremely hard, and he doesn't sit back on what he did last year, and he's still a young player growing and developing.
Coach, you brought in a lot of guys on the defensive side, recruits, a couple junior college kids. If you could mention some of those kids that will be coming in this year that could see some playing time.
Raheem Rawling and Alvin Anahero are two guys that we're bringing in that are going to give us some great competition and increase the depth at our linebacker position. And those guys can do some other things as well, so we're going to be moving them around. We're very fortunate to bring in a couple D linemen, and then those guys with the addition of some of the freshmen that I feel have an opportunity to come in and play are going to help us solidify some things that we need on defense in regards to depth and guys that can come in and play right away.
Coach, you used a lot of multiple fronts last year and mixed it up a lot. Is that something we're going to continue to see out of your defense?
Yes, I think that's something that we have to do to keep things fresh for ourselves and to keep offenses trying to figure out what we're going to do. And when you do multiple fronts and multiple looks, especially when the guys now are used to it, we pieced it last year, one at a time. It wasn't something that we threw at them, in the first couple of weeks of camp. I knew it was going to be a slow process, but our guys are very familiar with what we're doing now, and it makes things a little bit harder for offenses.
Talking with Dino Kaklis, defensive coordinator. Coach, always the first game of the season is the most time you had to prepare for anybody, and that's Tusculum, non-conference game. How much time do you spend specifically looking at Tusculum and trying to figure out what they're going to do?
At this point in time, I haven't just briefly looked at them, but I'm just worried about what we're doing defensively and what we have to do to get better to start preparing for those guys, which isn't going to be for a while yet.
That's defensive coordinator Dino Kaklis. Cavaliers report to camp next week, and then they'll start practice next Tuesday. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.